Alright, since I sold my Buddy Bass, which I consider the #1 audio monster CB radio ever made, even better than a Tram D201 or anything else I ever seen. I pulled out another one that is supposedly right near there. This is a rare General Radiotelephone Super MC-12. I believe this one came out around 69 or so, and the rumor has it that General Radiotelephone already had the Super MC-11A. Its predecessor, and the 11A was an audio monster, and what General Radiotelephone was doing was taking it up even another notch from the 11A, whereas the 11A had a single dual tube for the final audio modulator. It was I think the same size as a 6BQ5, but it had dual tube elements in it, and they used that single dual tube to get push-pull audio out of one tube. And push-pull tube audio is just a monster if it's done right. And with the Super MC-11, even though it was a single small tube, was known as an audio monster. So what General Radiotelephone decided to do is like, nope, take it up to another notch. And with the Super MC-12 here, they got rid of the single dual tube, and they just put in two tubes, two 6BQ5s at that. A normal CB has one tube for the final, and most radios, the Japanese clones and all that, have a single 6BQ5, and most of them do Heising modulation. It's not even a real plate modulation. But most tube radios sound very, very good with the one tube, even with the Heising modulation. Big Bet trams use a single 6L6G tube in it, and it's very few radios that use a dual 6BQ5 tube setup. The Sonar FRS 2340 did it. I think Utica did one, Polytronics done one, but nobody did it like the General Telephone here. And then for the preamp, for those, that's the two 6BQ5s right there. For the preamp, they used a single triple tube, and you can even see the three different plates in there. That's a triple tube, like the pre-driver or the preamp, not driver when you're talking about audio, the preamp, and then the second amp is reverse, and that's how you get push-pull out of that single tube. Goes and drives these two 6BQ5s here. And then also General Radiotelephone already used a big bad I think the 11A had a 6GE5, and then this one uses a 6HB5. This is an 18-watt final tube, whereas the MC-11A used that GE5, which was a 17.5 watt final tube. So it's compatible, and you can substitute one for another, but they went up with the tube a ½ a watt. But then they used the dual finals instead of the single tube. So to make it short, long story short, to cut it off at the end, this radio was said, the rumor said, that it had so much audio and so much modulation that it was never approved by the FCC. So it never went into general production, or it couldn't be sold because it was non-FCC approved at the time, because it had too much audio. And once I read that story, I had to have one, and I think that rumor is true too. So anyway, we got one, fairly clean on the front, very clean inside, and on the top you will see some dust and some slight surface rust, but all in all, not too bad, and it's been recapped, and this thing works darn good. I think it's one of the few radios that compare to the Buddy. And receiver's good, noise limiter works good, everything works good on this radio. It's top of the line. But the one thing that, you know, separates it from the rest is that transmit audio. Oh, by the way, I pulled this one up because there's basically hardly any or no information, schematics, manuals for this 12. And this here is a page from the manual from a Super MC-11, and you can see the layout is near the same, except for the final area over here. That 12AX7 is the driver tube in this one, and I think this is the final audio here. I think he called it a 6 ECL800. It's actually written there, right there. You can see it in the book. That was the single tube with the dual push-pull finals in it there, that ECL800 single tube. And that tube, by the way, is not cheap if you have an 11 or trying to replace that tube. But it's pretty close to the same radio, except they upped the modulation in it. So if you have one of these or trying to get information, my best suggestion is get you a manual. And Sam's did make a manual also for the MC-11, and that'll get you close. And if you know what you're doing, that'll get you close enough to where you can you know, work your way through it, because the oscillators, crystals, you know, the final RF side of it, all that is pretty much the same. And you can look here, it almost looks like the same radio again, except they changed the audio stuff around a bit. So anyway, I guess that's enough talking. It's late at night, there's nobody out there on the band, so it's nothing to receive, and we just gonna do a quick key down on it. So I think we're on this watt meter here, 20 watt scale on average. We're on the second watt meter there. So we're dead keying a little over 2 watts. Audio, 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 audio. And we're talking about 9 average. Now a lot of tube radios, they barely want to swing or stand still. So as you can see, that's on average. Audio, audio, audio. That's a swinging monster right there. And then last, we're gonna put it on peak. Audio, 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 audio. And we'll put it on the 200 watt scale right quick and do peak. Audio, audio, audio. So we're doing about 23 watts or so. Audio, audio, audio on peak. And again, that's from a 2 watt dead key. So the thing do. Since I sold a Buddy, I think this is my audio monster machine right here. Audio, audio, audio. That's a great radio. I think one of the best. I guess I gotta say, so far, I think it does best of Tram D201 or D201A. I like it, and very rare, very hard to find. Like I say, never went into production. So unless somebody makes me a crazy yellow table offer for this one, I'm planning on keeping it. That's it for the General Radiotelephone Company Super MC-12, another audio monster. All right, bye.